Castlevania. Just the name tends to bring visions of Dracula, Medusa, death, and possibly the most famous whip, the vampire killer.
To the tumbleweed!
Why are you throwing Pokemon and soon-to-be Yoshi?
I forgot one!
Were they destroyed by the vampire killer?
No! They're the tumbleweed! Bulbasaur! Charmander! Squirtle! Jigglypuff! About to say Clefairy. Yoshi! I despise you still. Meowth! Pikachu and Vulpix. Ow! I just made a mess. Anyways, I choose you.
Okay, are we ready?
Alohan.
Are we ready to continue?
Yes.
Okay. So Castlevania is probably the most famous series that crosses platforms.
Riku the tumbleweed.
Most people have played a Castlevania game, but many people don't realize there's actually a timeline involved in that series.
I will never throw my Alohan Vulpix.
Now, the timeline, are you going to continue to throw Pokemon?
No, I'm going to continue throwing Yoshi.
Okay,
Ah!
so the timeline of Castlevania is nowhere near as complicated as Zelda.
Freisha Volcano!
Zelda's branches off, has unusual,
We Gucci!
branches depending on if you win, if you lose, young or old. The Castlevania one's pretty much linear. The only difference is it jumps around from
Carlito!
original release, the NES release to the PlayStation 3 releases, so it jumps
One
around
of the
a
greatest
lot.
memes in the world. Do you know the way? You're gonna need the way. Ah!
So I decided as I was playing through the Castlevania, I was going to play them in order.
Took you about 3 years.
To do what?
Beat that game.
No, it didn't.
Plus, haven't even beaten it yet.
It took me 2 months to beat the first in the series.
Ha!
It's a
Wait,
hard
what?
game.
I was right. It took you 2 years.
Okay, so I figured once I defeat the game, I'm going to do a review of the game and also kind of explain as to where it goes in the timeline.
Hold on, I need to find the elf and put his cape back on him. No, let's give Darth Vader a new look.
Darth Vader has nothing to do with Castlevania.
Who cares? Change of subject. I'm not done yet. Let's give him a nice scarf. And then put him in a dress.
Darth Vader in a dress.
Yeah, where can we find a dress?
You remind me of that kid from G-Force that did put the dress on the guinea pig. Of course, the funny thing is they can only see the very top of his head.
Alright, let's get the dress, everyone. I found the perfect thing.
So with that said, the first game that I did tackle was on the PlayStation 3.
Don't worry, everyone. The dress is coming.
Innocence. This one is not only the beginning of the Belmont clan, but also it's what I call the origins of evil.
Moose.
As Texas Cat goes crazy.
Get around. There, go. Hide your arms. Dress. It's a dress.
I'm going to try to set this up. Oh, Texas Cat goes crazy.
Destruction.
So the way this one works, the
A
way
Mega
this one
Lucario
starts,
glass.
this one is
Mega Lucario.
in the dark times before Dracula even existed. We find ourselves in the 11th century. The year is 1094. When monarchies were weak and local feudal lords grew stronger. Has nothing to do with Christmas Story.
Okay, Ralphie. You win this time, but we'll be back.
I thought you hated Christmas Story.
I do.
Adios, Bart. But if you do come back, you'll be pushing up daisies.
More like fart.
And don't you forget it.
Hey, Hermione.
Now let's
Okay.
ride off into the sunset.
So the first knights simply protected their lord's domain. But with the reforms of the late 11th century, knights also protected
Alright,
the
now let's
peace,
ride off into the sunset. Where's the sun?
and they fought heretics.
This way!
They fought against heretics for God.
Oh
Are we doing this all?
So with that, here is Castlevania Lament of Innocence.
Ah!
In an era long past, as monarchies weaken, local feudal lords grew in power. The first knights simply protected their lords' domains. However, with the reforms of the late 11th century, knights became protectors of the peace. They valued courage and honor, fighting heretics and heathens in God's name. In this age, one company of knights was said to be invincible due to two men. Leon Belmont, a courageous man who feared nothing and whose combat abilities were second to none, and Matthias Kronqvist, a genius tactician whose learning made him an exception in a largely illiterate society. They trusted each other completely, and they were bound by an old friendship. However, sorrow awaited Matthias upon his return from a victorious campaign. It was news of the sudden death of his beloved wife, Elisabetta. Matthias's grief was profound, and he became bedridden. A year has passed since then. Thanks to Leon's efforts, their company remains proudly undefeated. However, a mysterious army of monsters suddenly appears in Leon's domain. The Crusades are raging in the east, and since the Church is focusing on fighting heathens rather than monsters, it has forbidden unauthorized battles. Leon wants permission to sortie, but the Church has no intention of granting it. One night, Matthias struggles from his sickbed and tells Leon that the appearance of the monsters is tied to a vampire who has a castle in the forest called Eternal Night, and that Leon's betrothed, Sarah, has been kidnapped and brought to that castle. Leon realizes that he must renounce his title to rescue his beloved. The forest is swollen with darkness, as if it would rob away everything, and only moonlight provides a ray of hope. A great legend is about to begin.
What just happened? I felt something strange.
Ah, he must really like you. You won't be able to leave now.
Who's there?
Now, don't get so excited. I'm just an old man. I just came to gawk at the man crazy enough to come here.
You don't seem like a monster.
Of course not. What is your name?
Leon.
Leon. You're not Baron Leon Belmont.
Just Leon Belmont. I have given up my title. And you, old man?
Pardon me, Lord Belmont. My name is Rinaldo Gandolfi.
You can call me Leon, and I will call you Rinaldo. Don't call me Lord. We're equals now.
As you wish. Now, please follow me to my cottage. I want to talk to you. Wait here a moment. There's something I want to give you.
Rinaldo, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Why are you living in a place like this?
I have unfinished business with Walter Bernhard, the master of this forest.
Unfinished business?
Not worth mentioning. I owe him.
Well, I won't ask any more, but you're not in danger living so close to him?
It seems eternal life is extremely boring. He enjoys playing at cat and mouse with the hunters that come here, though, of course, there's no way that he could ever lose. He thinks that, my helping hunters makes the game more fun.
I see. But what do you mean by there being no way he could lose?
Vampires are loved by the night, and this forest is locked in eternal darkness. He has never been defeated.
Well, that may be so, but I must go ahead and face him.
Did he take someone precious?
Yes, he abducted my betrothed. How did you know that?
It's what he always does when he starts the game. You came unarmed. Your courage astonishes me.
I do have a weapon, just not my sword. That belongs to the company, and I left it behind when I gave up my title.
Honest to a fault.
I heard that many hunters have met their end here. If that's the case, getting weapons shouldn't be hard.
Take this with you. It will help you against monsters.
What is this?
A whip made with alchemy. It's stronger than any dead man's discarded sword.
Alchemy. I'm not familiar with that word.
Not surprising. The field experiments with the principles of God's creation of the world. The only person who truly understands it is Matthias.
You know Lord Kronkvist?
I have known him longer than you have. His family has a book of secret arts, originally handed down orally.
Secret arts? I never knew.
Of course not. Only a handful of people in this world know about it. There are some who consider alchemy to be heresy.
I see.
Are you one of them?
No. If you are an acquaintance of Matthias, you are trustworthy. I will use this whip with gratitude.
Put your left hand out.
My left hand? Like this?
Don't move now. should do it. You can put it down now.
What was that?
The gauntlet is enchanted now.
A spell?
Some enemies' attacks release a special power. If you block them with the gauntlet, you can gather that power.
What can I do with the gathered power?
You'll be able to use magical relics by releasing that power.
Magical relics?
Right. Those who excel in magic can use them. I have cast the spell so that you can use them as well. I have some. You should be able to obtain them in the castle as well.
I understand.
Right now, this is all I can do for you.
Ronaldo. Thank you.
Wait a minute. I forgot to tell you something. The door leading to his throne is guarded by 5 monsters.
So I will need to defeat them first.
That's right. That's essentially the test you must pass to fight him.
What a bothersome...
I told you before. To him, this is a game.
I realize that, but...
If you have troubles, come back here anytime. They won't be free, but I'll keep potions on hand for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Sarah, wait for me. I'm coming to save you.
He first journeyed to the House of Sacred Remains. There, Leon gained experience with using Ronaldo's whip and the gauntlet which he enchanted. By defeating these monsters, he was able to make his way to the first monster's lair. He knew by defeating it, it would destroy the first seal protecting Walter. Destroying the undead parasite proved to be a difficult task, but Leon was able to gather his strength and destroy the first key to Walter's shield. Next, Leon traveled to the garden forgotten by time, further increasing his ability with the whip and the various weapons he found in the castle. He faced a new foe, an elemental, which controlled thunder and lightning. This foe was different than the other monsters, however. After conquering it, he learned the whip could harness the elemental's power, thus giving him the lightning whip.
Welcome! I haven't had any visitors in a while. With that body, you'll make an excellent statue.
All those stone statues were...
A wonderful sight, weren't they? Don't worry, you'll be joining them soon enough.
Are you the legendary monster that turns people to stone?
Monster? What insolence! I'll grind you to dust!
He finally made it to Medusa's lair. Medusa was much more difficult than the parasite, but through perseverance, Leon was able to defeat Medusa and learn about the secret of Ronaldo's whip.
That whip is...
It's Ronaldo's whip. Apparently, it's effective even on legendary monsters.
It wasn't so powerful before. Did it gain its complete form?
Complete form?
Still, it's no match for my master!
Ronaldo.
I'm glad you're back. What's the matter? You have an odd look on your face.
Well, about this whip.
Were there problems with it?
No, that isn't it. I heard something about it gaining its complete form.
Oh, that. That's true. The whip is not yet complete.
But it has become more powerful than before.
That is because of you. I hate to say it, but it seems it fits you better than me.
Is there a way to complete it?
It's better for you not to think about that. It's impossible by any normal means.
But...
Do not think about it. There are other things you must take care of right now.
All right.
Next, in the Anti-Soul Mysteries Lab, Leon felt he was getting closer to rescuing Sarah. The lab was filled with creatures, puzzles, and secret rooms that challenged Leon. Here, Leon faced another elemental, which controlled fire. Once defeated, his whip was able to harness the elemental's flame, giving him the flame whip. After solving the golem's puzzle, he engaged the creature in combat. Next, Leon traveled to the ghostly theater. The monsters were getting stronger and more abundant. Leon had to figure out a way to gain access to the fourth monster's lair.
Sarah?
Leon, you came to save me.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad you're not hurt.
I can't believe you're safe.
Let's get out of here first.
Yes.
Who are you?
Oh my. Too bad. And I thought this would work so well.
I was careless. It was obvious that it wouldn't be so easy.
I was going to let you die without any suffering because I liked the way you looked.
Well, that's just too bad.
Ah, but I've changed my mind. Your face warped in pain. Just the thought thrills me. Oh, this will be lovely.
After seeing through the succubus tricks, Leon defeated her. But before she was sent back to hell, she told Leon about Ronaldo's daughter.
If I had known this would happen, I would have fought you in the guise of your loved one. Then, like that old man, you would have...
Old man? You're talking about Ronaldo. What do you mean?
That old man... his own daughter...
Ah, you did well to come back.
Ronaldo, please tell me...
What is it?
About your daughter.
I don't know what you've heard, but you don't need to know anymore.
Ronaldo, you've helped me so much. The least I can do for you is listen to your story and support you in your suffering.
Needless meddling. Very well. I'll tell you. It was 5 years ago. A cold night, the full moon. I returned home from picking herbs necessary for the secret arts. And what greeted me was a sea of steaming blood. And at the center of it were the bodies of my wife and son. I could not believe my eyes. My daughter was there, laughing, blood dripping from her mouth.
She was turned into a vampire?
That's right, by Walter. My daughter went out a window without even looking at me. When I recovered, I built the whip with alchemy. Then, I searched for her.
I see. I've heard enough. So this is what you meant when you said you owed him.
I challenged Walter, but nothing came of it. That's why I live here, and help those who wish to fight him.
I never would have guessed.
Forget everything I just said. Think only of yourself now. He's not an opponent you can beat while distracted.
No, you're wrong.
What do you mean?
The force of your grief can only make me stronger. Thank you. I am grateful.
Do as you will.
With this knowledge, Leon's courage and strength grew stronger. He rushed to the Dark Palace of Waterfalls to locate the final monster. The Dark Palace was filled with puzzles, one-way paths, and relics which would assist Leon. Leon located the final elemental, the Frost Elemental. With use of the Flame Whip, the Frost Elemental fell, giving Leon the final elemental power, the Frost Whip, capable of freezing his enemies. Leon also ran into a foe which took on his form, and was able to use Leon's weapons and attacks. This doppelganger proved to be a worthy foe, but once the doppelganger was near death, he disappeared into the water channels. Leon felt the battle with this creature was not over.
Is someone there? Are you a prisoner here?
Who are you?
My name is Leon. And you are?
My name is Aheen Armstair. It's too bad you aren't Walter.
Are you a vampire?
That's right, lowly human.
Why is a vampire locked away here?
Shut up! Damn Walter. I would have won were it not for his ebony stone.
Ebony stone? What's that?
If you want to know. Beat me! It'll be a nice prelude to defeating Walter. I'll beat you. To a pulp!
Aim informed Leon that he was imprisoned here after he tried to overthrow Walter. At first, Aim appeared to be invincible. However, after locating 3 glowing orbs around the prison, Leon discovered the vampire's secret. But before Aim's death, he told Leon about a mysterious stone which Walter possessed.
To a human.
You promised. Answer me. What is the ebony stone?
A stone made with alchemy. It creates the never-ending darkness in this forest.
Hence eternal night. But the night should help you as well, since you're a vampire.
That stone chooses its master. My powers pale beside his. Oh, if only I had the Crimson Stone.
The Crimson Stone. He mentioned alchemy. Perhaps Ronaldo might know something. I have a question, Ronaldo.
Don't you always? Ask away.
The ebony and crimson stones.
What about them?
You knew about them. Why didn't you tell me?
How would that have changed anything? The night still wouldn't have ended.
True, but...
Well, I would have told you. I shall tell you now.
Please.
Have you ever heard of the Philosopher's Stone?
No, I haven't.
Making the Philosopher's Stone is the ultimate goal of alchemy. It provides eternal youth. The 2 other stones were apparently created accidentally. No details of how they were made remain now.
I see. I know about the ebony stone, but what kind of power does the crimson stone have?
I don't know the details. It turns the souls of vampires into power for its master. These 2 stones are the vampire's greatest treasures.
Wouldn't the crimson stone work for humans as well?
If all it gave you was power, that might be so.
What do you mean?
I've heard that it bears the curse of the vampires as well.
I see. So humanity would be lost.
There are no greater treasures for those who become vampires.
And Walter has the Ebony Stone in his possession?
That seems to be the case. It was supposedly lost along with the Crimson Stone.
But if the Ebony Stone reappeared, then the Crimson
may
Stone...
also have resurfaced. I pray that it is not here.
Leon traveled back to the castle, and now with the seal broken, he was able to face Walter. But he was not prepared for what happened once they faced each other.
Welcome to my castle. Pleased to meet you. I am the master of the castle, Walter Bernhard.
Give back Sarah!
Do not rush. Your lady is here.
Sarah! Why? Why won't she answer?
It seems the lady is tired. It seems you are too. Rest a while.
What?
Well, that whip is Ronaldo's, is it?
It can't be. My attack doesn't work.
I see. It's just as that knight said. Very well. You've made it this far. I'll return her as a reward. I'll be in the throne room on the highest floor. I look forward to you making it there alive.
Leon, is that you?
You're awake. Thank goodness. A friend is waiting for us. Let's go see him first. Sarah, this way! Sarah, what's the matter?
What's all this racket?
Ronaldo! Sarah suddenly...
Oh no. You go on inside.
But...
There's nothing you can do. Wait quietly inside.
All right. Please. Take care of Sarah. How is Sarah doing?
She's sleeping in the back.
What in the world happened?
The barrier around this house. It responded.
What are you saying? That's not possible.
There's no use hiding it. So I'll tell you plainly. That girl has been tainted by the vampire.
You're lying! That can't be!
Why would I lie to you? You must accept the truth.
Please. Tell me you're lying.
She is not a vampire yet, to be precise. She won't even be aware of it. But as time passes, she will gradually lose her humanity. Like my daughter.
Is there anything I can do?
The only thing would be to defeat Walter immediately.
Tell me, is this whip effective against him?
Why do you ask?
I tried to strike him with it, but it didn't seem to work.
It is as I thought then. It didn't even work for you.
Isn't there another way?
Well, there is, but...
Tell me, I'll do anything!
Then let me ask you this. Can you kill that girl?
What are you saying?
If you make the whip complete, you can destroy him. But in order to do that, you need a tainted soul. One that trusts you. And one that you can trust.
I abandoned everything in order to save Sarah. I could never do such a thing.
Even knowing she's not human, it's a difficult thing to do. I'm not surprised.
Is she really? Is Sarah really?
There's no doubt about it. I confirmed the bite mark. The fact that the barrier responded is proof above all else.
Sarah!
Did she overhear us just now?
Sarah!
Please, stay away.
Sarah, calm down. Did you hear us talking? It's okay. Please, trust me. I will save you. I will. You'll see.
I appreciate how you feel, but I have no time left.
No time?
I can feel it. My heartbeat is weakening, and my blood is growing cold. I can feel myself changing into something inhuman. If my soul can save others, then I won't die in vain. I do not want anyone else to suffer my fate.
Why?
Please, if you still love me, please grant me my final wish.
I cannot.
You dishonor yourself, Leon. How do you think Sarah feels?
I know, Ronaldo. I do know, but...
Leon, all that is needed now is your resolve.
Leon, I will be with you.
Ronaldo, what must I do?
So, you've decided. You must enter into a blood covenant with Sarah's soul. Focus your spirit on Sarah. All becomes one in infinity. The tainted soul joins his. Undesired and cursed soul. His blood accepts your hatred for the power to slay your kind. Now, use the whip against Sarah!
I swear to you, no more will suffer your fate!
Thank you, Leon.
That was one of the forbidden secrets described in the book belonging to Matthias's family. Now that whip has become the bane of the children of the night.
Yes, I can tell. The power of hatred and destruction that the whip has against vampires.
I'm sorry, Leon.
It couldn't be helped. It is no one's fault. It was what Sarah wanted.
Are you going already?
Yes. I must keep the promise I made to Sarah.
I see. Come back again anytime. I can be of some help to you.
Armed with vengeance and the vampire killer, Leon traveled to the Pagoda of the Misty Moon. It was not long before he ran into a familiar foe. This time the doppelganger was stronger, but so was Leon. Armed with the vampire killer, Leon put an end to his mirror image. Leon continued to battle through the castle. He knew he had to find a key to unlock Walter's throne room. Through his searching, not only did he discover the key, but also an unusual jewel, which was said to unlock the prison holding a powerful creature. Leon decided to travel to this prison and see what Walter locked up in the prison of eternal torture. Leon faced a monster unlike anything he had ever seen. This creature was enormous and powerful. Once defeated, Leon was granted the Black Orb, which would increase some of his weapons to their strongest ability. Leon traveled back to the pagoda of the Misty Moon, determined to destroy Walter.
Welcome. I have been waiting, Leon.
Walter, I will never forgive you.
I see. It seems you have enjoyed the gift that I gave you.
Yes. Thanks to that, I now have the power to defeat you.
Well, that power is quite something. But I am beloved by the night. You will taste my powers.
I'll kill you and the knight!
Interesting. Now the curtain rises on this delightful little game.
What? Now there is nothing left to protect you. I'll fulfill my promise to Sarah now!
Not yet. The power of the night is still full. I shall teach you the meaning of true terror.
On behalf of Ronaldo and Sarah, Leon ran into the castle keep and confronted Walter for the last time. Walter saw that Leon had the power to defeat him, and he was surprised.
It can't be. This should not have happened.
Sarah's suffering. And Ronaldo's grief. Carve them into your cursed body and perish.
But with my powers, I will surely come back to life. I could not obtain the Crimson Stone. But someday, it will be mine. No! You betrayed me! I shall take your soul!
After their fight, Walter realized he had lost, but he boasted that he would come back and find the Crimson Stone. Ironically to him, Death entered and took his soul, and then transferred it to the king who wields the Crimson Stone. Leon learned that the Crimson Stone was not only found, but in someone's possession, which he was not prepared for.
Excellent. I never spent a better night.
Matthias?
You didn't disappoint me, Leon. I knew without a doubt that you would accomplish this.
What is the meaning of this?
I needed a powerful vampire soul. That is all.
Are you saying you used me?
Not just you. Your betrothed, Sarah, Ronaldo, and Walter. I used all of you. I never thought it would go so well, though.
Is that red stone? The Crimson Stone?
Ah, you know it. I'm impressed. I made Walter's soul mine with the power of this stone.
I sense a rage from this whip. Matthias, you abandoned humanity?
That's right. By becoming a vampire, I obtained eternal life. That was my goal. It was my revenge against God.
Revenge against God?
We have risked our lives and fought for the sake of God. But God mercilessly stole away the one I loved most. When all I ever wished for was Elizabetha's safety. If limited life is God's decree, then I shall defy it, and within that eternity, I shall curse him forevermore.
Matthias.
Leon, after what you've been through, you should know.
Yes, you're right. I do understand. How you feel. I too.
Then come with me. I will give you eternity too.
You wretched fool.
What?
Is this what the woman you loved would have wanted? The Matthias I know would not have loved such a woman.
Elizabetha was a kind, honorable woman. She was concerned only for me to the very end. That is why I hate him! Am I wrong? Did you not defeat Walter with hatred in your heart too?
Yes, I'd be lying if I claimed otherwise. But defeating him... no. Preventing others from suffering the same cursed fate. That was Sarah's dying wish. Granting my beloved's wish. That is all I can do to prove my love to Sarah. Eternity without her would be nothing but emptiness.
Leon, I thought that you would understand. Dawn is coming. Farewell, Leon. Death is all yours.
Master's orders. You'll be destroyed here and now! to think that I would be?
I have the power to destroy all related to the vampires. Though you have divine powers, you are no exception.
Unfortunately for you, as long as my master survives, I will rise from the dead.
I see. Give him this message. You have become a cursed being, and I will never forgive you. This whip and my kinsmen will destroy you someday. From this day on, the Belmont clan will hunt the night!
He did it. And so the story of the Belmont clan's struggle against evil begins. However, Matthias and the Belmonts will not meet again for hundreds of years. Matthias goes into hiding in foreign lands and continues to curse God for eternity. Eventually, he names himself Lord of the Vampires, King of the Night. The years before their next meeting pass slowly and quietly, but with finality. The intermission in this exquisite play from which two souls will never escape.
Okay, so that was Castlevania Lament of Innocence. In this, we learned the origin of
grass.
What?
Grass.
What about grass?
We learned about this.
Almost looks like hay.
It's grass.
So we learned the origins of the Belmont clan, origins of Dracula, who turned out to be Leon's best friend Matthias. So now it is time for retro reviews. Okay, so this game was exclusive to PlayStation 2, came out in October of 2003. Generally, it got favorable reviews. IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. Not many people disliked this one. So now we're going to see how it holds up in the eyes of a classic gamer and a, well, I guess we could call new age gamer, a new gamer.
I'm a new gamer.
Okay, so the graphics hold up real well to today's standards. Effects.
And back down to go mining for gold.
Mining for gold.
Hey, diamonds!
Diamonds.
It broke.
So effects like fire, ice, lightning.
No, it's a flying gold ingot.
Turned out real well. The
Dingus, I need you.
If I had one complaint, it'd be the variety of enemies. The enemies are basically the same, just
I
with...
broke my dingus.
What's a dingus?
Dingus 2000, Colin Key used it.
Okay.
I shall use the scissors of glory.
In a lot of these
Cutting for
enemies,
emerald.
the only difference is a color palette change.
I found an emerald.
They either put a lightning effect around them, a fire effect. But the bosses definitely they did a great job on.
Hey, I found bedrock.
So Texas Cat, what do you think of the graphics?
Hold on, I need to come back up. What?
What do you think of the graphics?
Pretty good.
Even compared to today's standards, they're pretty good?
No.
Well, like Leon's whip, did it look like it was an actual whip he was using?
No, it looked like a stick. By that I mean a line.
Well, in the whip, a line. What else would a whip look like?
A couch.
No.
I'm going back down.
So from the sound of it, both of us agree that the graphics definitely held up. Okay, so Konami's well known for having great music in majority
like
of their
the song,
games.
I'm happy. I don't know. I don't know what it's called.
So each level has 2 soundtracks, and both of them per level is definitely a Castlevania style
Are
soundtrack.
they happy?
No, they're spooky.
Because I'm happy if you feel of a room without a roof. Yeah, that's the song I'm talking about.
Ah. Well, what did you think of the music in the game?
Chicken. Good. Chicken. KFC. Let's name an EV McDonald's. And then have a caption that says McDonald's is staring at your face. Or Burger King is staring at your face.
No.
Or Wendy's is staring at your face.
No.
Wendy's has a face.
So, need your opinion on the music.
It's good.
Does
like
it?
It's not rap music like they did in Bendy,
But does it sound spooky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not really.
What do you mean, not
Do
really?
they have violins in it?
Yes.
They go like the Bendy one.
Well, it would be Bendy that copied Castlevania.
Stop trying to copyright Bendy. Beg your pardon, but now I'm just gonna hit you with a Charmander.
Okay, so gameplay I would say is average.
I would switch back to my original hitting toy, Yoshi.
So gameplay average. Your biggest problem here is going to be the camera. Several of these.
The camera attacks you.
Several of these jumps you got to do at a weird angle. So and some of these jumps have to be perfectly timed. It's very hard to do that when you can't control the camera, because the camera's almost always forward facing.
The camera's your worst enemy.
Yep.
The camera attacks you. Kill the camera.
Well, we kind of did. We had technical difficulties filming this the first time.
Yeah, we did, because we ran out of battery and then we lost everything.
So,
and I remember that I did not go mining for gold.
The biggest...
Did I break Yoshi again? No.
Good. The biggest problem...
yeah, during those technical difficulties, we had to sew Yoshi back together.
Well, where you really see the camera issues is you have these a room in 2 different areas where it's completely black. I mean, no light whatsoever, except a small spotlight that kind of shows you vaguely where you need to jump on the platform, but you can't move the camera, so it's hard to judge if you need to double jump, single jump, angle jump. Extremely difficult.
The worst enemy in all the Castlevania games is the camera.
Especially in 64s.
You have no trouble with that for Bendy.
So, well, they've changed. This is a second-gen consoles. Or second-gen 3D console, I should say. So, but the boss battles, the gameplay in the boss battles, extremely good. So I will hand it
Give me the script. Fourth wall break alert.
And the nice thing with the boss battles...
Give me that script.
The nice thing with the boss battles is each boss battle is different. So you have to find out the boss's weakness and attack it as such. So
He's blown hair into my face.
Texas Cat, what did you think of the gameplay?
It was nice, and I did dye my hair blue.
Well, did you find the gameplay good? Did you find it hard?
I didn't find it hard. How I found it easy was I died in the first try.
But you could move. It was...
No, I couldn't figure out the controls.
It was easy for you to die, right?
Yeah.
So good gameplay because you were able to die fast and successfully.
I didn't even get to do anything, basically.
Well, you had to have done something to die.
No, I just stood still and everything just ran towards me.
Well, you have to run into the castle first. So, obviously you ran into the castle. Did you break Yoshi again?
No,
Good.
no stuffing just has to get back in there.
So, I think we're kind of both of an agreement. The gameplay...
Yoshi, use your head.
The gameplay, except for the camera issue, pretty good.
My foot's in a C for Castlevania's Caroline.
Caroline.
Caroline's from a different series, sorry.
So the story, I think, is where this game really excels. It had an excellent storyline. Did you...
I'm going fishing.
Well, did you guess that Matthias would was actually the bad guy behind all of this? Or was it kind of a shock to you?
I thought he was a bad guy because he looked suspicious, sort of.
Ah. Well, but we knew Walter was the bad guy. We just didn't know there was another bad guy. So one thing
I didn't even realize Walter there. I was too convinced in the episode.
Well, one thing I liked that this game did is it adopted what Ninja Gaiden did back in the original NES series, where every single... periodically you'd beat a boss and the story would progress. Same thing here. You would beat Medusa and all of a sudden it would tell you more about the vampire, or the whip. You would beat the succubus and you'd learn more about his daughter. You would then beat the vampire. You would, the first time you meet Walter, you come back and you find out that the whip's not complete and you complete the whip. Which brings us to the whip itself. It was rather odd, I would think. I never thought that the vampire killer whip, in order to make it complete, you would have to kill a vampire with it. So...
I thought you would have to kill a tree.
Well, what did you think of Sarah sacrificing herself for Leon in order to make the vampire killer whip itself?
I always thought she was a ceiling fan.
A ceiling fan?
Yes.
Well, don't you feel sorry for Leon and Sarah that they had to...
Moment of silence, please, for him.
Go now, don't look back, we've drawn the line. Move on, it's no good to go back in time. I'll never find another
So overall, loved the game. One thing that is really neat is you can, once you beat it with Leon, you unlock 2 modes, different characters, and a hard mode. So you can it's actually got some replay value in it. I would probably only give it an 8 out of 10 because having to go through each room in order to get the 100%, even if you don't want to get the 100%, the problem is and you've got a lot of backtracking, so you will run through a room avoiding all the enemies just to speed things up. And whenever you kind of feel like speeding things up in a game, it means you must not be enjoying it. However, the boss battles were epic. It did an amazing job with Medusa, with Thaim, the vampire, well, you should read the...
I know why she's Medusa now.
You should read the mythical...
She has no body.
The mythology of Medusa is rather interesting.
She turned people to stone to keep their bodies because she wanted a body.
That's actually rather close. You should read it.
No way, Jose, I'm reading that.
Did you know Medusa had 2 sisters?
I have to still catch up on Aphmau.
Aphmau?
A YouTuber. Let me grab my iPad and show you.
Later. So, overall, like I said, 8 out of 10.
My turn.
Story, excellent. The story is where this thing really, really takes off. What did you think?
An 8.5. What would have made it about a 9 is more graphics, more sound effects.
I mean, it had a lightning whip, a fire whip, and a ice whip. And the vampire killer. You
not
had 4
as good
different
as
whips.
Little Nightmares.
And when was Little Nightmares
silent.
made?
But it's completely silent, even more scarier. You never know what's going to happen next.
Neither do you in Castlevania when you open up a door.
Up. Unless you watch a walkthrough.
You're also comparing a system which still holds the record for the most games of any game system is PlayStation 2, not counting Atari. Atari's 2600 probably holds the record, but PlayStation 2 currently is still the all-time selling console in history. It actually even beat out the NES, which the development of the system was rather interesting. But so overall, you gave it an 8.5. I gave it an 8.
An 8.50.
That's an 8.5.
See, I'm out of here.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the this look into the first game in the Castlevania timeline. Hope you liked the video. Please subscribe. Really motivates us to expand this channel, and we're planning on doing more than just gaming, actually going into movies, because there's some really interesting movies Kat and I want to do a review on. But leave a comment. Let us know if there's any other games you want us to review, any movies actually that you want us to review, or anything. So next time we will move from the PlayStation 2 Lament of Innocence to the NES, where we will witness a different Belmont, this time Trevor Belmont, as we see the Belmonts face Dracula for the very first time in Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. So, see you next time.